is the evolution of hearing aids from the body level hearing aids to the behind the ear hearing aids to the in the ear hearing aids to the completely in the ear hearing aids. Hearing aids have come up a long way. They have also evolved in terms of technology from the analog hearing aids to the digital hearing aids. Today we can get hearing aids which cost as much as 2 lakh rupees. When we are paying 2 lakh rupees for a particular product, it's essential to know the exact amount of amplification or benefit it is giving. One of the most objective ways to know what is the exact amount of amplification a hearing aid gives is an instrument known as the REIG or real ear insertion gain. The real ear insertion gain can exactly tell us what is the amount of sound pressure level that a hearing aid creates out at the level of the eardrum. So, if we do the real ear insertion gain of a person, we know whether the person has been fit in for the exact amount of amplification which is recommended by different formulas. The present video would be showing you a detailed about how to do a real ear insertion gain. Hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to perform real ear measurements. Real ear measurements are nothing but a rapid, reliable and repeatable method of assessing the sound pressure level in the ear canal with or without hearing aids using a calibrated probe tube. Today we are going to perform this with Phoenix 8000 hearing aid test system. The first thing we have to consider in pre-measurement factors is the otoscopic examination. Otoscopic examination is done in order to review the ear if there is any presence of cerumen or debris or any other abnormalities in the ear canal. The second thing we have to consider in pre-measurement factors is the probe tube calibration. The third thing is the loudspeaker location. The distance between the patient and the loudspeaker should be 0.5 to 1 meter and the loudspeaker should be placed at an azimuthal angle of 0 degree or 45 degrees. The fourth thing is the probe tube placement. Probe tube from the probe microphone is placed into the patient's ear canal nearly 30 mm, that is from the intertracheal notch till the eardrum. This specification varies among males, females and children. For males it is considered as 30 mm, for females it is considered as 28 mm and for children it is considered as 22 to 24 mm. Let's look into the parts involved in real ear measurements. This is the monitor, this is the main module, this is the integrated probe microphone, this is the probe remote module, and this is the speaker. Let us move on to the procedure. In step 1, the probe tube is to be inserted. Now I am going to place the integrated probe microphone. This is reference microphone, this is probe microphone, this is probe tube. Now insert the probe tube. Now press F2 to enter into the real ear measurement screen. The second step is to plot the audiogram. Press F1 to enter into the audiogram screen. In this screen, we have to feed the audiogram. To select the respective ears, press F1. Using these keys, we can plot the audiogram. These keys are helpful in shifting across the frequencies and these keys are helpful in entering the intensity level. Now the audiogram is fed. Now press F3 to predict the UCL. The UCL is now predicted. After this, press exit. The third step is to find out the target. Press F2 to get the target. Now the target is described. Press exit. The fourth step is sound field leveling. Press F3 to enter into the insertion gain screen. We can see that it is unleveled. The speaker should be placed at an angle of 0 degree or 45 degrees. Press the level button. The sound field speaker is leveled. The fifth step is to note the unaided response. Press F2 and select Real Ear Unaided Response 1. Now press the start button. After the curve is obtained, press stop. We can see there is a peak at 2 to 4 kHz range. In step 6, we have to note the occluded responses. Insert the hearing aid into the patient's ear in the off mode. Again, press F2 and select REUR1 and repeat the procedure. This is occluded response. We can see reversal of peak at 2 to 4 kHz. In step 7, aided responses are noted. Here, the hearing aid is switched on. Again, press F2 and select REAR2. Press start. After the curve is obtained, press stop. This curve is obtained with a 50 dB input signal. Similarly, obtain peaks for REAR3 and REAR4. REAR3 is obtained with an input signal of 65 dB and REAR4 is obtained with an input signal of 80 dB. In step 8, the insertion gain measurements are compared with the real ear SPL screen to know about the hearing aid performance. For this, press exit and press F4. The T curve represents the patient's threshold. The L, M, H curves represent NAL, NL1 targets. Curve 1 shows the unaided response. Curve 2, 3 and 4 show the aided response at 50, 65 and 80 dB SPL. Curve U is the UCL of the patient. The goal in the SPL method is to ensure the response of the hearing aid to soft signals, which is 50 dB SPL, reached above the patient's hearing threshold levels. The response to average signals 65 dB SPL meet the target, and the response to loud signals 80 dB SPL are below the UCL. In this screen, we can see that the soft signal response is above the patient's hearing threshold level, the average signal response meets the target, and the loud signal response is below the UCL. Thus, we can conclude by saying that real ear measurements are made appropriately. Thank you.